Back here on the Rich Eisen Show on the Roku channel. Our radio audience will join us in a couple of seconds, and that means I get to introduce this man multiple times. I would do it over and over again, certainly since I introduced him as the head coach of the reigning national champion Michigan Wolverines here at the NFL Draft in the great state of Michigan. Sherrone Moore, good to see you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
That's not loud enough of applause.
Louder!
That's right.
Show them love.
Appreciate it.
Oh, man, I'm just loving seeing all these Michigan fans with smiles on their faces.
Yeah.
It's so great. You must get stopped every 2 feet when walking around in this town, I imagine.
I mean, I haven't been in the town of Detroit in a while.
Okay.
Been in Ann Arbor,
Recruiting, walking around.
spring ball and stuff. So excited to be here in Detroit.
It's just so great. I mean, I'll say this just again. The number of times I looked around from the draft set last night and saw maize and blue people just going crazy, and next to them invariably be a Michigan State fan or an Ohio State fan, and they just would be like this. Mm-hmm. Just like this. It's so great.
Yeah, it's a blessing. We had a great year and excited for the future.
So thank you for allowing me to crow. You're too classy.
Oh, appreciate it.
I don't mean to put in the position.
What's he going to say?
Yeah. Well, you got to tell him to say it with his chest.
He's sitting right here.
I know. Say it with your chest, Coach.
I mean, I'm happy. We know what we did, and we're just excited about the future. So we're going to keep rolling.
You've page turned? Have you turned the page?
Still celebrating a little bit. I think every day you look at the trophy, it's right outside my office, and you get to see that. We got our rings on Saturday.
That's
got
right.
4 of them, so pretty exciting to see that, and happy for our guys, and we're going to celebrate these next couple days as our boys get drafted.
That's right. So I got Sherrone Moore, University of Michigan football head coach here on the Rich Eisen Show on the Roku channel. I'm back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network, sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk, furnished by Grainger. With supplies and solutions for every industry, Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. The head coach of University of Michigan football, Sherrone Moore, is here on the program. In that chair just a couple days ago was JJ McCarthy. He's now a member of the Minnesota Vikings. Did you speak with him last night?
Yeah, was at his draft party. Knew that's where he wanted to go. That's where his heart was. So excited for him and excited for the future.
So were they tire kicking on him from jump? Were they calling you up?
Yeah, I mean, Coach O'Connell and Kwesi, they were all there. They had a day. They spent the whole day with him, watching film, working out, doing different things. And it's been a long process to see it happen, but I knew that's where he wanted to go.
Yeah, and he wanted to go there because why?
I mean, the weapons that they have on offense, the offensive line, the receivers, obviously, JJ throwing to JJ now, and, Aaron Jones being there at running back, and knew they were stocked, and Coach O'Connell did such a great job developing quarterbacks, so he was so excited for him, and, JJ, he fell in love with that and kind of knew he wanted to go there from the start.
Josh McCown also is the quarterback coach there. It does appear to be an outstanding setup, what you're looking for when you're being drafted in the NFL at a top 10 position.
Yeah, super great fit for him from a cultural standpoint, from the people, the fans, just the energy. It seems like that comes from that place. I think he'll do very well. And,
again, he was in this chair, and I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind telling me from your perspective, since he told the story involving you, from this chair the other day about the Penn State game. You were the head coach, and you found out you were the head coach the day before, if not confirmed the morning of. Yeah. Right? Like that is what it happened.
90 minutes before the game.
It was confirmed you were coaching.
Confirmed, yep.
So you are now in a crucial spot, to say the least. Yeah. And you run the ball 32 straight times. And he said he came up to you afterwards and asked, "Do you not believe in me?" Was that the case?
Yeah. It was the next day. And we were in the office, and he asked me, that question. I said, no, I just felt like that's what we needed to do to win at that time, and wanted to protect you and the rhythm of the game and all that. And, I think we came out the next couple games and answered, if there was a belief between me and him. And I've always believed in JJ in every sense of the word, in every game. And just felt like at that moment, in that atmosphere, in that stage, that's what we needed to do to win the game.
And how did he take that, do you think?
He's the ultimate competitor. So I think ultimately he wanted to, throw the ball more in that game. But I think at the end of the day for him, his number one thing is he wanted to win. And to watch him that day, that week in practice, and and that, just the rest of the year to become who he was and how he led our team was super impressive and just spoke to his character as a player.
Well, I mean, Chop Robinson, who was a problem in that game, wound up being the 21st overall pick in the draft last night for a reason. But what about you? You're the interim head coach, for the lack of a better phrase, on game day. He's coming up to you. You've got 2 more games left. Ohio State's right around the corner, and he's asking you if you have belief in him. How do you as a coach handle a moment like that?
I mean, you just got to continue to believe in the process of what we're doing, and my ultimate goal was to try to help us win every game, and that's all I was going to try to do.
And I was saying this also before he even was talking about, he said it was a tough pill to swallow to have to focus on a Harbaugh run-centric concept to win. I never really heard him talk about that. And for a 20-year-old to have the ability to swallow that pride or not want to pound a chest publicly, I think speaks volumes about him as well. But was that an issue, do you think, behind the scenes? Were you sensing that as a coach involving him?
No, I think the best thing about it is we always talk about any issues we have. We always talk about them, confront them, and address them, and get over them after that. And he came up to me that day, after that game, and asked me that question, and I explained it to him. And I mean, we literally went the next day, and we were golden. And obviously, in the biggest moments of the year, you go back to the Rose Bowl. Last drive, we're down 20-13, and we threw the ball to win the game or to tie the game. So he knew that deep down inside we believed in him, and I believed him. And ultimately, when it really mattered, he made some huge plays for us.
He did. Blake Corum being one who was on the receiving end of a play. Roman Wilson being on the receiving end of a play, and they are available to be drafted tonight.
Yep.
Is Jim Harbaugh interested in any of these guys, do you think?
I mean, I think he always is. I think he loves the program, loves what he developed as a head coach there. But we'll see. I mean, ultimately, he has needs for his program and his organization, so we'll see what happens.
Does he have he doesn't call you like a normal coach in the NFL might call somebody who's the current college head coach?
No, we just talk. Whenever we talk, it's just straight communication it could be anything. So whether the ideas, things that we're doing, things that he's doing, different things that we can change, that we can evolve. But no, the conversations are way different than any other head coach in the NFL.
I imagine it must be. I want to get your reaction to what Jim said last night. I don't know if you saw this soundbite, but this is after they drafted Joe Alt.
Yep.
5th overall, and this is Keenan Allen no longer on the team. He's in Chicago, and Mike Williams is now in New York, and there was Malik Neighbors on the board, Roma Dunze on the board, and obviously you guys would know how good Roma Dunze is firsthand. They go offensive line, and this was his answer to a question about not getting offensive weapons for Justin Herbert.
Decision, and it was, like I alluded to earlier, I mean, it was all the work that went in, the player that was on the top of our board. Nobody rated higher than Joe Alt, the player when it came to our selection that we picked. And I know the question is going to come up, and you're going to say, like, what about a weapon? What about a offensive lineman? We look at as weapons. That group, when we talk about attacking, and we talk about attacking on offense, offensive line is the tip of the spear.
Sound familiar to you?
Oh, yeah. Very familiar.
Does he talk like that behind the scenes?
100%. 100%. The foundation of who you are as a program is really built on your offensive line, not just on the field but off the field, how they carry themselves, what they do, how they act. And, when I took over the offensive line at Michigan, the first thing I said is, like, if we want to win a championship, that room has to run the team. And, Coach fully believed in that, embraced that, and that's, all his coaching career. You can go back to Stanford, San Diego, the Niners. Even when he was playing, he's talked about that. Like, the O-line has to be a huge part of what you do. And if you want to win, that group's got to be strong.
So, but where do receivers actually work in? And I'm asking that on behalf of Charger fans right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're important. I think everybody has their piece. But if you don't have great offensive linemen, those receivers won't get the ball. So, and I think he understands to build a team structurally strong. It's just like building a house. You got to have that foundation. It's all built from the bottom. And those guys are going to, he's going to build them right. He's going to build that organization right, and they're going to be strong and physical.
Sherrone Moore, Michigan head coach here on the Rich Eisen Show. So pound the table. Who about guys that you think we're going to hear tonight here in Detroit, Michigan?
I'm biased about all our guys, but I don't imagine that you don't see Roman Wilson, you don't see Chris Jenkins, you don't see Blake Corum, Zach Zinner, Junior Colson, Mikey Sanders, still those guys. I know those guys are probably in the group of guys that'll get drafted today. And excited for everybody, excited for that whole class, that whole group. But for sure, you'll hear those guys' names.
And we just had Aiden Hutchinson here as well, and what he means to this entire city right now, and what the program has become, and obviously being a national champion. Sanders, still, we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago as well. What did he bring to the equation from every standpoint that you might find a little difficult to backfill now that he's gone?
Yeah, I think what he brought is he filled another void. When Aiden left, Aiden really started the change in the course of, as from a leadership standpoint, player-led program, and he really taught him and Mr. Ross and Andrew Stardust and Hassan Haskins started the leadership from within. And Mikey watched those guys. He tried to emulate them and surpass them, and so did Blake. So what Mikey's going to bring is, and what we're losing with Mikey is that player leadership. But I think our guys that are there have watched how he did it, and they're going to try to do the same thing. And Mikey's going to bring to whatever program he goes to. He's going to be tough. He's going to be physical. He's going to be smart. He's going to be dependable, and he's going to be a leader in any way possible that he can.
And Blake Corum, when did he first show up on your radar screen or anything like that?
I think it was like the first workout or first camp we had. And the dude's just incredible player. We had to tell him to stop coming in so late and doing extra.
What do you mean?
He would be in the building after hours doing extra work, and we're like, bro, you're gonna wear yourself out. And he just didn't know anything but hard work, and that's who the guy is. He's a ridiculous worker, tough. And he's a great leader.
All right, I got Sherrone Moore. A few minutes left with the University of Michigan head coach, because you're going to the Tigers-Royals game, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're going to the game, taking the team there.
And first pitch, you're gonna get on the bump?
I'm going to delegate that duty to two of our players, Will Johnson and Alex Orji. Will throw out the first pitch.
Okay. Simultaneously? I don't
know how that works. I think so. I think two catchers go out there.
Okay.
I know a couple other guys did it the other day. Actually, it was Mikey and Jalen Harrell. So it'll be cool to watch those guys do it.
Did you never play baseball?
I did. I was never a pitcher. I was a catcher, first base, and occasionally center field because I was long.
Okay.
But never a pitcher.
But a catcher has to throw the ball back.
You do.
You just don't want any piece of this thing. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
because
you
could become YouTube famous.
That's right.
Very fast.
Very.
Okay, so leave it up to the kids. So you're doing that. And so the future now, who's going to be your quarterback, do you think, this fall?
Yeah, we'll see. Figure that out in fall camp, but excited about all our candidates.
So you are in a full-on competition for the gig right now?
Yep.
Okay. And what are you looking for? What do you think is going to cause you to make your decision?
Someone that can operate the offense at full throttle, no limitations, and be dependable and help us go win games.
And you have any sense right now? You lean at this point in time?
Not really a sense. You'll see, and then we'll figure that out in fall camp, I think.
Okay. And then in terms of the expectation level, the sense in the national media, of which I am a part, but I do not ascribe to what I'm about to say. Back off, guys. I already sense your judgment. Is that Michigan is that was a nice run that we've had. Nice run, nice championship you had there, but everybody's gone. Jim is now in the pros, and that's personally, I think disrespectful to you, but I will just say that Michigan's not going to have any shot at winning the Big Ten, let alone doing again what they did last year. How do you respond to that, Sherrone Moore?
I think our goals are always going to be the same, to beat our rivals, win the Big Ten, and go compete for a national title every year. So we're not going to let those goals go to the wayside because people have left. Michigan is always going to be Michigan, and we're going to go compete at the highest level, and we're going to do it our way. And people are going to say what they want to say, and we're going to sit back and work, keep our head down and work.
Are you going to use this? What I just said? You're going to use it?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Have you already used it?
No,
Okay.
But the players know. So.
The players definitely. I mean, they're the ones who were, as soon as you got off the plane in Penn State, we had Chris Jenkins on the other day. I'm like, how fast did you tweet out the word bet? And he was the first one. He said he.
Yeah, he was the first one at dinner. I was sitting right by him.
What do you mean?
They were all sitting at dinner, and he just said, I'm going to tweet bet, and he put it out, then the rest of them did, JJ did, and all of a sudden Tom Brady and Derek Jeter did it. So we're like, wow, that word travels fast.
So you were sitting at the dinner table with him?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you say don't do that?
No.
You just sat back and you're
Just
like,
let him go. Yeah.
And I guess that's the player-led program that
That's
you're
right.
talking about.
Yep.
Coach, thanks again for everything.
so much.
Greatly appreciate it. I'll bring it up. I have my phone case right here.
Coach.
It's a beautiful case.
It is a
Well,
beautiful.
it was even more beautiful.
Hold on. There it is right there. Yeah. Michigan beat everybody. I had JJ McCarthy sign it the other day.
Can you see it, Coach? Can you see the autograph?
It's on there.
No, it's not.
Oh, right.
Because
It's
you were.
on,
Go ahead. You could tell him. Go ahead. Tell him.
So
ahead.
we're like, Rich, look, you can't use that case anymore.
Yeah, you gotta
or
take
you
it
got to
off
put
and-
like some tape or a laminate over it or something.
cover it or
because
take
it's
it
gonna
off.
smudge. It's gonna rub off and it's gonna be gone forever. No, it's fine. I got it.
It's now gone.
And now you see.
Half an hour that thing lasted, Coach.
Yeah.
So.
And Rich was like, well, I couldn't leave my phone uncovered. I'm like, you get another phone, you can't get another JJ autograph.
Well, I'm about to
In the moment.
ask for this to be done, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, it's only going to last for 20 minutes.
No, it's
so-
not. I'm going to actually follow your advice this time. Fool me once, right?
Okay, great. Yeah,
There
can't
it
be
goes.
fooled again.
All right. So now I've got the head coach
There you go.
of the University of Michigan
Now we're talking.
signing the Michigan beat everybody phone protector. And I am now going to have my phone thoroughly unprotected for rounds 2 through 7 of the NFL draft.
Yeah, my friend.
I think
Okay.
that's fine.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
absolutely.
There it is. Okay, now.
You got insurance, right?
There it is.
Be an
There's
adult.
your winner,
Don't
Sherrone
drop
Moore.
it.
I appreciate you, making
Nice.
that.
Oh,
look at
great.
that.
That's great.
All right, now,
JJ who?
the Minnesota Vikings. Well, hold on a minute. All right, now I'm going to take this thing off. I'll do that in the commercial break.
you
And
almost
leave
bet
this.
You almost put it down. It's not even
Back
dry
off.
yet.
Back off.
Bro.
Enjoy the Tiger game.
Thank you. Appreciate
got
it, Rich.
That is
Appreciate
head
you.
coach of the University of Michigan, Sherrone Moore, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.